you want to find out maybe what, you may not find exactly what it is, but get inkling of maybe what you stopped doing, and hence why he's gone to find it somewhere else.
Are you saying this? If that woman is giving that man the vacuum seal, then are you saying then the wife is trying to get information so she can do the vacuum seal
10
plus
times
2?
harder. Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, cool. Just so we're on the same page. I'm S.Banks TV.
And I'm JD Network.
And welcome to the S.Banks&JD Network podcast. We have a great topic for you today. You've seen the thumbnail. You got the clickbait. And let's get the conversation started. Now, if a man cheats, is it the woman's fault? Now, many people that's listening to this are thinking, how could you blame the woman for something that the man's done?
Did, yeah.
We done an earlier podcast, and there was a dude, I can't remember the name of the podcast, but we will link it as well, right? And he was saying, he was on the Kendra G Instagram, and he was saying, if the woman cheats, it's the man's fault. And we touched on that topic. So there's the black and white and there's the gray areas, just to give the listeners and the viewers some context. So today we've got a clip for you, and in the clip, obviously the lady believes that if a man cheats, it's the woman's fault. I hear her. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But we will play the clip for you. Do you want to play the clip first, or do you want to give a little bit of dialogue before we go into the clip?
I can give a little bit of dialogue. Now, when I first heard this video and the woman saying, if the man cheats, it's a woman's fault, I automatically went into what? How is, like, come on, are you being serious? How is it the woman's fault?
Did you go into the zone where, you know, women say, well, I feel, that means logic and reason goes out the window?
Yeah, I can say yes to that, yes.
That's probably what it was.
But I understand that a lot of women would go through the same thought process I went through, hearing that.
Yeah.
And if you're open
Yes.
to listening and getting information,
Yeah.
then after hearing what the lady says,
Yeah.
then maybe you might just change your mind.
Yeah.
Or at least think about it, and you know, you may change your view.
Think, process, respond.
Yeah, so I've listened to it.
Yeah.
And I will let you know my thoughts.
And by the way, let me say, we've listened to the clip. It's not, okay, we've taken the sweet parts of the clip.
Yeah.
It's about a 51-minute video, and we've taken the sweet parts of the clip, but the clip is pretty much about when a man cheats, whose fault is it? So we'll probably tag the link for you so you can watch the whole thing. But just to let you know that we've taken the sweet parts of that clip. And yeah, so you got some context. So if you want to go back and watch the whole thing, do that. So do you want to add anything more before we go into that clip?
I would just say that everything will always be linked.
Sometimes.
In the description.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. This one definitely will be. So yes, go and take a look at it. She's a good content creator. She's some real stuff.
Yeah, we have listened to it prior to this, but yeah, it is what it is. So without further delay, what we're going to do now is we're going to play the clip, and we'll talk about it after and go from there. So without further delay, here's that clip.
For example, you control kids and you control husband. For example, if a woman found out a year later that her husband is cheating on her, that means she didn't control her husband.
That's true.
Because a woman quietly, every once in a while, oh, what's going on with the emails? What's going on with the text?
I don't do it, and I'm against it, like really firmly.
I know, and we talked about on the first meeting. By the way, this is masculine energy, and typically you would be more tuned to a man who is in a feminine energy, who would be doing that to you, controlling your text. but I get that. I see what you mean.
Even with my kids, I don't control my kids. I know.
For example, I get it, Irina.
Girls, like they put parenting control on my kids. I think I need to teach them be responsible, but also give them the privacy and my trust.
Stop. I see what you're going. By the way, this is the stand for husbands. That's how husbands should be.
And by the way, I agree with her 100%.
Because you're both in the masculine energy. I get it. I get it. Why we need to control? Because there's a lot of, no, I'm sorry to be honest, there's a lot of weird people out there. There's a lot.
Okay, that was the end of the clip. That was a controversial topic. It's a controversial topic in general.
Mm-hmm.
And she said some things. A lot of women, I feel, see, my logic and reason gone out the window. But a lot of things she said, a lot of women are going to say, no, it's not my fault. What stood out for you?
Well, one thing that stood out was the ladies that disagreed and was given, obviously everyone's entitled to their own thoughts.
Yeah.
But the lady was saying that they're in their masculine frame. What they're, saying.
And let me say that the women that were speaking, they was a bit far away, so you couldn't really hear their audio properly. But yeah, they was pretty much in disagreement with her, and she was saying based on what they were saying, she felt that they had masculine energy, and I agree. But when we link that clip for you, you can turn it up loud and you can hear what they were saying. But I'm in agreement with her. I from what I heard, they definitely had masculine energy. But just to say that part, but continue.
Yes, it was in their masculine frame. The lady mentions that if a man cheats, it's the woman's fault. Why is it the woman's fault? Because she didn't take control of the relationship.
Okay.
What does that mean? Well, if she is not, okay, say in the beginning of in a relationship, right? Or you're trying to woo a guy, you would pull out all the stops. You'll show him your best cards.
The bait and switch.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that's one of my points, by the way. But yeah.
Yes, you'll bait him in, show him all the fine things that you do. You're real saucy, cooking, cleaning, all sorts of things. And then you flip it around once you're in the relationship and stop doing things. I understand people get comfortable. Do you know what? That was something that I had to learn myself.
Don't get too comfortable.
Yeah. Do you know what? Your life is a learning journey. Some things you know, some things you don't know, some things you need to learn. So for the ladies, getting comfortable in a relationship is not a good thing. You can be comfortable just a little bit.
But you say that, right? But it's like life though. If you get comfortable in life, then things don't tend to go your way. Like, let's talk about cheating for a second. Like, okay, here's one of my notes. The percentage of married women having affairs rose almost 40% from 1990 to 2010, reaching 14.7%, while the number of men admitting to extramarital affairs constant at around 22%, according to data from the National Opinion Researchers Center General Survey. Right? So pretty much men and women are cheating at a 50-50. But although it's portrayed that the men are cheating, we know that 80% of women can't, 80% of men, women can't see. So they're just kind of breaking down the data so people can understand it. Let me continue. Although the infidelity statistics in the UK show that the percentage of men having affairs while married remains higher in unmarried relationships. So people that's kind of like entanglements and whatnot, but it's entanglements. So they're not really saying, oh, this is my title. But anyways, unmarried relationships, males and females are now engaging in infidelity at similar rates. A 2017 study found that 57% of males and 54% of females admitted to committing infidelities in one or more relationships. These all depend on whether people tell the truth. So some people in those surveys might have lied.
Yeah.
I said, I didn't cheat, when in fact they did. Right? So whether people are willing to tell the truth about their infidelities, it is clear that both genders have the ability to cheat, which is obvious. On one, they obviously cheat on one another, and many are doing just that. But let's talk about who's at fault. So the question remains, what do I put here? People, what do you think? If the man cheats, is it the woman's fault? Should he, as the woman said in the clip, you should have caught that. So who's at fault? Put in the comments what you think. If the man cheats, is it the woman's fault?
And I think we should flip it as well.
Explain the flip.
In the comments.
Explain the flip.
If the woman cheats, is it the man's fault? We would like to know your opinions on both sides of it.
And yes. Okay, in my opinion, I agree with the lady in the clip. I think that there's many things that women could do as far as to keep their man fulfilled, but they don't. I have a few notes that I'm going to touch on in regards to that. But if the man cheats, yeah, it's kind of the woman's fault. And if we flip it, like you said, flip it, right? So if the woman cheats, is it the man's fault? No. She's a bad woman. And look, bad luck, master key. So if a woman cheats, she's a bad luck. If the man can smash, because getting bedroom fun for a woman is easy. For a man, it's hard.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting that on a regular, I'm doing my thing. Clearly, I'm doing something right. If you're getting that, it's easy. But if you're turning that down, it's hard. So we're on the opposite sides of each other. So any woman that says, "Oh, I'm smashing, whatever," huh? Do you have bad judgment?
Sometimes they do, yeah.
I'm just saying. So I understand some women smash and they find it fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do your thing, but call it for what it is. So who's at fault? Is it the man or is it the woman? Yes, it's a double standard, but hey.
Who's at fault? If the man cheats, do I want to say it's 100% the woman's fault? Yeah. I don't know if I want to do that. But does a woman play a hand in the man cheating? Yes. Definitely. She does, because like I was saying earlier, if you were doing something before that initially attracted him to you, and you stop doing it, his eyes gonna wander, and that's why he will find his side chick.
but let's just be blunt though. If the man cheats, is the woman at fault though? In your opinion, what do you think? Yeah, is the woman?
That's pretty much what I was saying. As in, I think I need to sleep on some of this information as well. But I'm not going to give it 100% the woman's fault, but I do say that she definitely plays a very high, she plays a part in him cheating, yes. The percentage is high, but I'm not going to say 100% her fault.
But I hear you. Think, process, respond. If you need some time to respond, I'll ask you the same question later on and see where you're at with it. But in my opinion, I believe with certain kinds of men, women do control the dynamic of their relationship.
Yeah.
Men offer resources. Women are the gateway to sex. Women want relationships. Men want sex.
Yeah.
It is what it is, right? So if he's cheating, there's reasons to him cheating. It's not always he doesn't have discipline.
Yeah.
It's not always about variety. Sometimes he's not getting what he wants from home. So then he strays.
Can I ask a question though? But if he if she is doing what he wants, say it's like near the early stages where you're still in honeymoon period and she's still like doing what she's supposed to do. Just like you said, that some men have options,
Yes.
as in they can get a lot of girls and they choose to do what they're doing. Then is it her fault?
Yes, because just like you said some men. So let's just talk about that for a moment. So some men, most women want the top tier men, 20%. Women can't see almost 80% of men. So the guys that level themselves up, those are the guys that women want. They have options. So if you start slacking, what do you expect? If most women were dating Drake, they know, slip up once, he go call another girl. You wouldn't do that. But if it's the average guy, you'd be like bait and switch. You wouldn't even care.
That's true. But I was saying in regards to the woman not actually doing anything wrong yet. Not saying she won't.
But you said the honeymoon period.
Yeah.
Give it some years.
Yeah. So no, I'm talking about the honeymoon period because you're saying that. Let's just say high value men. Let's just put aside the rest, the 80% from it.
Okay.
So you have high value man. He can he gets options, right?
Yeah.
He can choose.
Yes.
But he's with her.
Yes.
She is doing what she wants. Doing what she wants, sorry. She is still doing what she needs to do.
Yes.
But then he still goes and explores his other options.
But she knew when she got into that situation what kind of guy he is. She knew that he can get multiple women, but she still chose to stay.
But is it her fault?
Is it her fault? So yes, because she knew. You can't turn around and say, "Oh, I thought I could change him."
No, but I don't think it's her fault.
See what you're doing now is you're changing the goalpost. You're changing it to
Okay.
fit where you want it to go. It's her fault. You're telling me, right? If you get with a dude that's crazy and then you try to change him but he stays crazy, you're complaining that he's crazy. That's your fault because you knew he was crazy.
I wasn't saying to change.
I know
him,
what you're saying, but that's what women tend to do.
Yeah.
So
they do.
whose
They like
fault
to
is it?
change
You
men.
know what you look. You're dating certain kind of man. You know that they can get girls. You know they got money. You know that they're charismatic. They can do their thing. What do you think comes with that? Options, i.e., women. I know if I'm dating an 8, 9, or a 10, I know that she got lots of options of men that want to slide in her DMs. But can she retain those men after the smash? That's where I'm at with it. I don't care how nice you are. Are you loyal? Are you feminine? Are you submissive? How many Instagram models that you see that are hot chicks and they can't keep no man?
That's true.
Exactly. So I know what I'm getting myself into. Just like the Brittany Rayner and the PJ Washington, she done told my man this is where it is, and he want to be like, hey, I don't know what happened. Come on now, you knew where it was. Just like women knew where it was. That's what I think.
Well, obviously, if it's a high value man, he has options and all of that stuff. Yeah. Then yes, it's best to know that he can do pretty much what he likes. And it is unfair for women, but that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of man you want. So.
But then women prey on weak men and try to do what they like.
Yeah, that's true.
But then you pine after those guys that are top tier, the 20% dudes.
And you cheat with them too.
Exactly. You cheat with those dudes. And then you got dudes that, let's say, weak men, right? And they have money. But you're still going to do your thing with that dude over there and he's broke. Sliders, white t-shirt. You know what I'm talking about.
About that, but yeah.
It's the truth though, because he's doing his thing. He's that guy. It's even better if that guy has some money. That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to paint the picture so there's an understanding. But for me, I look at it like this. Women can inspire men to do many things. So if that man is taking you seriously and you can't inspire him to stay, if you can't inspire him to do what you want from him, it's you. It's you. I have a few more notes that I'm going to touch on in regards to that point. But what do you think about women and not being able to inspire their men?
Well, if you can't inspire your man, then I guess that relationship is not gonna, go the distance.
Exactly.
Um,
But by inspiring your man, does that not mean that that woman somewhat controls the dynamic of the relationship? So she saw the signs and the symptoms, but she didn't choose to treat those signs and symptoms.
mm-hmm.
She waited for it to get worse. Come on now. So then who's at fault?
Well, the woman's at fault.
So then if the man cheats,
mm-hmm.
it's your fault. You could have remedied that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you didn't. You saw it and you was like, but whatever. This is the fact.
That's true. I can say a lot of women probably do that. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I have to agree there.
Yeah.
I can't not agree with it.
But look at it like this. If a woman is inspirational and can inspire a man,
mm-hmm.
let me paint a picture for you. So a couple, they've been together a minute, they're doing their thing, they see a future together.
Mm-hmm.
They buy a house. A woman always has how she wants that house to be.
Uh-huh.
I want for example, you buy a house, 5-bedroom house, we're going to have this amount of kids, we're going to have a dog, the 2.4 kids, blah, 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 right? And then she says, I want the kitchen to be she wants
Have
an
an
island
Yeah.
in the kitchen, right? And I want the kitchen to be white. And he was like, yo, but I want the red design. Women have skills.
Mm-hmm.
Not that a lot of them use it,
Mm-hmm.
they lead with sex. But a woman that knows how to maneuver in the game, she typically controls the dynamic. She gets what she wants. I want the kitchen white. He wants it red. I can use my skills in order to get the kitchen to be white.
Mm-hmm. To get what she wants.
Exactly. So does she somewhat control the dynamic of her relationship? Because more time, that woman's going to say, you know what? She's going to do what she does. I want the kitchen white. Before you know it, the kitchen's white.
Yeah.
Even though he
Yes.
wanted it red.
Mm-hmm.
So they do control the dynamic of the relationship. So why don't you do the same thing when you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a female to maintain your man? Then he goes with whoever at the office, wherever he goes to do it. And then you're shocked. You got the kitchen done. Why can't you maintain your man?
Oh, it's very true. That is very
I'm
true.
I'm just pointing out the facts, you know.
Women do get a lot out of men. We can get a lot out of men. I think a lot of women actually, we do get stuff from men, but a lot of women do it the wrong way, and they do it for silly little things.
Yeah.
But in a relationship, it's
But it doesn't matter. Even if it's silly little things, those silly little things, they're still getting men to do it.
yeah.
You got okay. What was I looking at? I was on Instagram the other day, right? And a dude, a woman, a female was dating. She he bought her some shoes, and then she said, "Show me what it looks like." And then he was like, "How much?" He showed her, as in held them up to the camera. This is what it looks like. She's like, "Put them on." She got the dude to put the shoes on.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
She got the dude. That's exactly my point. All of that was in light of, I'm trying to smash. You can inspire a man to do things he said he would never do.
That's true.
My man
also.
put the shoes on, high heels.
I don't know about that one. Okay.
High heels. We can call him a weak man. We can call him whatever we want to call him. But she still got the objective. Her prime directive was to, let's say she was shit testing him, whatever. But she still got him to do what she wanted him to do.
Yeah.
So why in your relationship, when you spot the signs and you see your man acting out
You
or
don't do
moving in a
anything.
way that you think is, you don't step in and say, "Raw, you know what? Let me remedy that."
That's why I said a lot of women use it in the wrong way.
There's a fine line between control and manipulation. I think modern women learn manipulation and they do it so bad.
Yeah.
And not as in bad in a good way, bad in a bad way. Like there's control and being subtle and kind of just edging things in a nice, sweet way. But these women, modern women nowadays, kind of like, they just listen to all these women that came before them, these modern women, and they don't know nothing about the men that they want. And they think, oh, let me use my skills, which they don't have because they're not in the field. They're just used to certain kind of low level dudes. But the men that they want, they don't even know how to get those dudes or inspire those men.
Sorry to cut you, could you say that growing up in a certain way is the reason, or somewhat the reason, why women, don't know how to secure a man?
That does play a role as far as you growing up and you being conditioned and your software is all jacked up.
Infiltrated.
I get it. But I'm saying common sense, man. But common sense ain't common. Like, really,
exactly.
You can get guys to do many things, but a lot of them they're like a sociopath. They only care about what they want, what they want to do. And they don't even understand that you can get so much more out of life. You can say manipulating men. If every woman is promiscuous and showing her body, bedroom fun, and teasing men kind of get desensitized to that. So then you got to switch up the game. But a lot of them say, no.
Just continue.
But then you got the smart women that say, let me switch up the game. And they gain.
Yep, and they get what they want.
And many don't.
Yes, that is
so
very
you
true
do
also.
control the dynamic of your relationship. If the man cheats, is it the woman's fault? Yes.
I have to agree with you there. Like I was kind of saying earlier, my first thoughts was like, no, how is it the woman's fault?
Yeah.
But getting new information, processing it, and thinking really hard, is it actually the woman's fault? And just like you said, it is the woman's fault. It is her fault because we take control. But you
don't believe it's 100% the woman's fault.
See,
you believe it's a grey area though?
I believe there's a grey area.
Okay.
But I would say that the percentage of it being the woman's fault is very high. I just wouldn't give it 100%.
Okay, I agree with you. I agree.
I think there's definitely a grey area there. But I would say it's a woman's fault, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's majority the woman's fault because men want sex, you want the relationship. So then you're the one that's got to clean up and maintain that relationship.
Thank you. Exactly. The men can give us the relationship because that's what we want out of him.
Yes.
But then we have to maintain that relationship.
Your detractors are saying you're a pick-me. How could you?
How could I?
That's what they're saying.
Boo hoo.
What do you have to say to them? Because we're doing a video, we ain't got no comments yet because this ain't being posted yet.
No,
but we know when it's posted, they're gonna have a lot to say. What do you think about that? They're gonna say you're a pick-me.
You can call me whatever name you like. It's your opinion. In regards to this subject, it's my opinion. Maybe if you actually sit down and actually think about what the lady said in the clip, maybe you actually may have second thoughts. Maybe, you think, raw. Do you know what?
It's all about being open. Remember.
Exactly. If you're not open to information, you may not agree with it straight away. But if you actually listen and not be all up in your feelings, and you may be surprised with the outcome.
It's just about being like-minded and being open. It's a conversation, and we need more conversations like this. So, we can kind of move for a better future for men and women. Yeah. That's my thing. But I would say.
And to help the younger generations.
Yeah, because the olders ain't,
they're not teaching them
we don't have the so-called big mamas and the aunties and, those older people back in the day that would kind of advise you and say, yo, what you doing? We just got these manipulative women that think that they're controlling men, and it's like, they're just weak dudes. They're not men that you want. So think about Samson and Delilah. Was that control or was that manipulation? And whoever don't know who Samson and Delilah is, it's a biblical story. Samson, he's strong. Delilah, she's the hot chick. And she manipulated Samson into telling his deepest secret as far as where his strength comes from, which was his hair. And because he was a high value dude and he was getting choosing signals and he had options from other women, she got jealous. Then she got manipulative. Then the king was like, hey, I got peas, but Samson never had as much money as the king, but he was that guy.
Yeah.
So then he I don't know, let's call it sweet nothings. He got wooed through manipulation from Delilah, told the secret, she cut off his hair, he lost his power. Manipulation or control. She manipulated him, but she got what she wanted in the end.
Yeah, she did.
So women do control the dynamic of their relationship. But with me saying that, we're going to play the second part to this clip, and then we're going to round off this video and we're going to come back. So without further delay, here's the second part to that video.
2 years later, they come, they said, I found out that he was cheating on me for 1.5 years. It's her responsibility. If she would have caught it right away on the first, hold on, stop. Stop. Yes, stop. Hold on, stop. Right, so you guys are loud, but you're not telling me. Stop. Both of you, stop. I can handle it. But calm down your emotions, okay? Stop, and I'll explain. Be open to listen to something else, even though I know that you get your point and you're the way you are. Where was I?
You were telling about like if I would call it like 1.5 years.
Okay, thank you. So, if a woman can catch a text on the first or second evening, she can confront it and have such a dialogue that she will let him know that this is not acceptable. But to her, she will see there's a symptom of the problem. There's a problem in the marriage. When a husband or wife starts to cheat, that means something is really not working. And that means there's so many red flags. Now it's time for therapy. Now there's time to work at the marriage. And not come 2 years later, wow, I'm such a victim. He was cheating on me for 1.5 years and I didn't know. And now she will be depressed for the next 5 years going to therapy. You need to fix the problem when it's just starting at the core. And that's how a woman is responsible for relationship and marriage. I don't check my husband's phone every day or his emails. But once in a while when his phone is facing up, and I'm like, oh, he never knows about it. Oh, everything looks good. I have a peace of mind. Because we are responsible to keep everything flow. The reason why you don't like for someone, you don't want to check someone, what's going on in their world, because you don't want anybody else to check yours. And at the core, that is the problem. And between husband and wife, passwords should be open.
When you have a good man, they have no problem.
Exactly. My husband can check mine, even though if he does, he will never let me know.
When he wants to get a password, it's a red flag.
That is a red flag. So we gotta look at that at the core.
When I
Okay?
have my husband's phone, he's like, what are you doing? Get out of there. Like, playful.
Yes. And if my husband will catch me, I'll say, oh, your Facebook looks so different. You get it? But again, it's playful.
Yes.
Okay, that was the end of that clip. She said a few things in that. Where do you want to start?
I'm going to start with, ladies, this is where your PhD spy qualifications come into play.
Okay, there's a course in being a spy.
No, women just naturally are just
But I
spies.
think- but let me touch on that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Women will have a PhD course in catching their men. But why try to catch your man? The same effort that you use to catch your man.
Thank you.
Why didn't you do the right thing in order to get the outcome that you want? Look at the energy that I see women put in bare energy to catch their men in the act.
Yep.
So that means you saw the signs, you saw the symptoms, you just didn't want to treat it.
No. And I think that's what a lot of the women do.
Mm-hmm.
This race has nothing to play in it. This is what a lot of women do in
Exactly.
every race.
Exactly.
They do the same thing.
And
Right.
what did they do also? Bait and switch. We spoke about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So you rope the men in. Women are like a chameleon. right? They shapeshift. No, they're like a shapeshifter. Scratch that. They're like a shapeshifter, leading the man into where they want him to go. And then as soon as they get what they want, they try to pull back. People have three faces: the face that they want you to see, who they truly are, and who they really are deep down. And soon as that guy committed to you, you stop being that person you said you would be. Just like marriage, you swore under God. Where is it? That you swore these holy vows that you'd be X, Y, Z, right? 6 months later, divorce. Really?
Yeah, really. That's what some people do.
You're
Yeah.
a goddamn liar. You see what I'm saying?
I would just say, like, what you said is very true. They will put in so much time, effort, money. Some people even put pure money into getting secret like cameras, placing it around the house or in their car, trackers on their car,
private investigators.
They'll get I swear I saw like some app thing so he can get an app and I don't know, connect it to his phone or something like that.
Yeah, the apps.
And then she can see what he's doing.
Putting them new Apple products under the person's car to see where they travel to, you know.
I ain't heard of that one. What?
Oh my days. So they trackers in it. So you know how you typically for your car insurance, they say, do you have a tracker? That makes your car insurance cheaper. But you know, Apple has put that new attachment on the phones and you can find where your phone is if you ever lost it or where the last place you left it. Women are putting this and attaching it onto people's cars. And don't get twisted, men are doing it, them weird motherfuckers. But I'm just saying, right? Like, they're doing it to catch their man. But why you never just start to just make him a sandwich? Why didn't you just...
with the simple stuff.
Why don't you just be nice, be kind? But no, bait and switch. The rope-a-dope.
Yep, definitely.
You made me believe you was weak. And then you made me punch myself out. And then before you know it, left, right. Sucker blow the dude. You're a goddamn liar, man.
Well, that's what a lot of women do. It's true. A lot of women, we're spies. We like to look through things. We want to, you know. I'm not going to say everyone, no, but a lot of women are. I would just say, just like the woman said in the clip in regards to, she checks her husband's phone.
Yeah.
So she checks it just to see if there's anything going on. And she says, this is where you move in silence.
Okay.
She checks it. She doesn't let him know. But she said he probably does know she does that. But she doesn't let him know that that's what she does. But she checks it just to make sure everything's good. Now, she doesn't argue with him if she wants to see something. Not saying that she has seen it. But I'm going to take a wild guess and say, if she did see something, she wouldn't argue with him. She may have a conversation about it. But she wouldn't argue with him in regards to it. She wouldn't kick up a fuss. And she would know what her next steps are, which is to basically...
F him over.
Some women will do that. Yeah, they're making plans, all right.
Yeah.
Not the plans that he's going to like, but she's making plans. But she's basically saying this is where she now needs to rein him in.
Yeah.
So if you saw certain signs, you must catch it early.
So seek and you shall find.
That's
so
true.
You got women going through their man's phone and then they find what they're looking for. Sometimes it's not the case, but they find what they're looking for because like, whoa, that looks out of place. Let me move like this. It's not that. But say, for example, you think he's cheating. You look for his phone. He is cheating.
What do you do?
What do you do to remedy the situation?
Exactly. I've put in my notes here an example. You could say, say you find that, not that he's necessarily cheated yet,
Yeah.
but he's, on his way, he's going down that road. So you see conversations with him and a female talking all sorts of saucy shit. An example.
So hold on. People, put in the comments. You go through your man's phone. Ladies only. So ladies, you go through your man's phone. You're suspicious that he's doing something he shouldn't be doing. So you go through his phone. You find something that's kind of... So what do you do to remedy the situation? Put in the comments. What do you do?
What do you do, ladies? Let us know. I'm interested to find out.
Yeah.
Going back to my example, you could say, "Hey, babe, let's say one evening, or say it's during the day, whatever. Say it's for brunch or dinner. Just say, "Hey, babe, let's go out to eat." You know what your intentions are to going out to eat, right? He doesn't know. He's just thinking, "Okay, we're going out to eat."
Let me play devil's advocate for a second, right? It's kind of hard. See, I'm going to be on a woman's side for a second. A woman goes for a man's phone. She sees some suspicious activities, questionable. And you're saying women is emotional based. That's their software. So she sees some things in his phone that ain't right. Are you saying that the woman's supposed to be rational and say, "Hey, babe, let's go out for a meal"? Because no, I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but I'm just saying that's hard to do.
Of course it is.
So I just have to put that out there. That's hard. That's hard.
It is hard. That wouldn't be your first thought, no. But I'm saying, with what the lady is saying to you, right? You have to be open to new information. I've had to be open to new information myself, right? So I'm not saying this is the same day. This could be all a month later. But
then you say a month later, but that month later, he could be
too late.
A month in deep.
I'm
talking deep in the guts. So what?
Ew. Anyway, I'm just saying. I would say to do it earlier, but this is just like an example of something you may
think, process, respond.
Yeah.
Continue your point.
So I would say, let's go out to eat. Your intentions is to basically pick his brain.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a nice evening sort of thing.
Can I ask you a question? Talk. You said pick his brain. Pick his brain for what? Because you already know what it is.
Yeah.
You know you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and you're picking his brain. What's the objective? What's the prime directive? What do you hope to achieve from picking his brain?
First of all, women want to know information.
Now you know. What do you do with it?
A lot of people do it wrong, as in having arguments and stuff. It all blows up. She loses her man. So I'm saying you pick his brain. You may want more information on maybe what he did. Maybe you're trying to put two and two together. Obviously, you know, because you've seen text messages, but women want to know more. When did you meet her? Where did you meet her? Blah, blah, blah. But you don't get those answers.
What does that
from
matter?
doing that? It doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, you pick his brain as in maybe you was clearly doing things or not doing things that as to why he's gone.
No, he was, but go on.
Down that road.
Down
that route, right? So then you want to find out maybe what you may not find exactly what it is, but get an inkling of maybe what you stopped doing, and hence why he's gone to find it somewhere else.
Are you saying this? If that woman is giving that man the vacuum seal, then are you saying then the wife is trying to get information so she can do the vacuum seal
10
plus
times
2
harder? Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, cool. Just so we're on the same page.
Yes. So say you ask him like, how are you feeling? Like, how's life treating you? Is everything okay? Maybe talk about your relationship or whatever.
Okay.
You be real. Women are nosy, but he will probably think, like you're being nosy or whatever. We know women. We know how we are.
but you know it's funny, right? I've got a note. Sorry to cut you. I've got a note, right? Some women leave. Some women stay. Some women get even. It just depends on the caliber of the woman and her emotional state.
That's true.
It might not go down the way we're painting that picture.
Mm-hmm. That's
People
true.
put in the comments if this has been you. What did you do? When a man cheated on you, did you stay? Did you leave? Did you get even?
Leaving ain't always the best
Yeah.
thing to do. You could leave.
Mm.
I would say women have one chance, right? We have one chance.
Depending.
Some people are very lucky, but we kind of have one chance to get it right, to get this thing right.
Yeah.
So say the guy is good. He's actually good to you. It's just
Yeah.
that he cheated on you. Everything else, all box ticked.
He's a dirty ass dog.
He's ticking all the other boxes.
Yeah.
It's just that he cheated on you. You have to weigh out the decision.
Yeah, the pros and cons.
The pros and cons. So I'm saying not every situation you should leave. I'm not saying I condone cheating or anything like that. No. But some situation you really need to sit and think about it. Let's just put it that way. But I was just saying you pick his brain sort of thing, find out certain things. Maybe try to find out where you're lacking to where you can improve in his eyes, because you may think, oh, I think it's this as to why he's doing what he's doing. And you could be wrong and it was something else. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Pick his brain, see if you can. So
you're saying tilt it in
back
the woman,
into your favor.
back into your favor, so it doesn't go pear-shaped for you.
Pull that leash right back to you.
But one of my notes was this, right? I think women today see men as expendable.
Yeah, they do.
They are not traditional, and they don't think men are worth anything, even though they give their womb to those men. So they got the game backwards. So you will give your womb and everything to this man, your body, your soul, even though he ain't got your soul, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you don't think that same man is worth it, but you giving your womb to this guy. So if you're seeing the signs and you're trying to remedy that, you're thinking, what's the point? Why do I need to remedy that? Do you know how many guys are hollering at me? Do you know how many dudes are sliding up in my DMs? I don't care. Whatever in it, cool. Sometimes they spoke about checking phones. Sometimes the man might say, let me check your phone. No, because you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. Sometimes you'd be so surprised. The guy might make some questionable moves. And you're like, hey, that dude definitely be cheating because of how men are portrayed in society today. But more time, you are not the father.
So what was she doing?
Women and men are at a 50% cheating. It's even.
It is.
It's even. And there's more women than men. So realistically, women are probably cheating more than men. They say, oh, men are incels. Men are not approaching. Women are saying, oh, they're proposing to men. They're shooting their shot. So women are more masculine nowadays. They're doing what they're doing. They're moving like men.
Yeah, definitely.
Who's really at fault? Truth. But yeah, I add your points, man.
In regards to the phones, ladies, you have to be honest. Have to be honest now. A lot of women, not all, have to put that out there. A lot of women do not want their men to go through their phone. They would say like, I
wonder why.
We should have our own privacy.
I wonder why.
yeah, we wonder why. You want your privacy for what reason?
Yeah.
You're in a relationship. He's been all in your private parts.
Don't get me wrong. If you're in a relationship, we all need our own outlet and our own privacy and whatnot, right? But a lot of them have their privacy with other dudes.
Yeah. First, you're not private when it comes to your underneath, but you want to be private when it comes to your phone.
Yeah.
The issue is your phone has access to the internet, to phone calls, to texts.
No, the phone just has access to multiple men.
Yeah. But I'm saying there's exactly people can get in there. So, ladies, for the ones that actually believe that keeping your phone private,
the rational ones. Are you talking the rational ones or the crazy ones?
The crazy ones. If you want to
the irrational ones. Okay.
There you go. To you guys, what are your reasons why you do not want your man to go in your phone? Because, like I put in the notes,
Yeah.
Some women will say privacy. What's
Okay.
your reasons?
Okay.
Is it privacy? Why?
Yeah.
Why can he not go in your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Personally,
Yeah.
and I'm sure a lot of women will concur
Yeah.
that when you're in a relationship, you're in a serious relationship, not no entanglement or anything like that. When you're in a serious relationship, I believe that you should have access to each other's phone. I don't think they should. For me, it's like, what are you hiding? Like you're almost being secret of what's in your phone because you're not letting me see your phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that your passwords, you should have it. Okay, I believe in locking my phone because people are thieves and will try to thief your phone.
That's for the outside world and not your man and your family kind of thing. You know my password is all good.
Exactly. So for me, I will have a password on my phone, but my man will definitely have the password to unlock my phone. And I feel that it should be the same both ways around. If you're not hiding anything, why would we want it to be private?
Okay, that's scandalous talk. But look at that. Let's switch gears a little bit, right? So prevention is better than cure. So if you see your man moving in ways that you don't like,
sketchy,
and you're thinking, you know what, like he's a cool dude. Maybe I'm not doing what I said I was gonna do. I'm not sticking to the script, and I do want to be with this guy for the rest of my life, and and prevention is better than cure. I gotta step in before this gets too far, because a lot of women do bait and switch, and then before you know it, he's with the other girl, and then you're messed up, and then you want to talk, all men ish, right? It's silly, really. So for me, what should women do? Should they step in? In my opinion, again, as I say, from a grey area perspective, if your man cheats, it's kind of your fault. There's some dudes that want variety. There's some dudes that don't have discipline. But sometimes, a lot of the times, you're just not really pleasing your men. And it's not just from a bedroom fun perspective. No. It's from a perspective of you talk too much. You don't cook him food. You don't make him a sandwich. Men's nuts is supposed to be empty and his belly's full. But a lot of the men ain't getting the basics. So what do you expect? Then you got that girl, at the office, at the gym, wherever she might pop up. Hey, you hungry? I'll make you a sandwich. What do you expect? What's he supposed to do? Come on now, man. Ladies, put in the comments. If your man cheats, are you staying or are you leaving? What would you do? And not try that. Some women be like, I'm leaving. Please, tutus. Couple of days later, I'm blood at that back. I know I said I was gonna leave, but you know what? The D was just too, You
hear that all the time. The amount of times I've heard.
Like, come on now.
The amount of times I've heard those sort of stories.
Stop lying.
They tell on the phone to your girlfriend, oh my days, you know what? I just found out he's cheating on me. She's like, oh my days, I hope you're not gonna stay with him, after that. Of course not.
Don't listen to your single friends. But on a serious note though, like if your man cheats, are you staying or are you leaving? Put in the comments. What do you think?
Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Are you staying? Are you leaving?
So continue. What's your we're gonna close out. I'm gonna give you my final point after this.
I'll say the women is responsible to keep the relationship flowing smoothly. That's something the woman also said in the clip. Because we are the ones who actually want a relationship.
Men don't care.
The men, exactly. They don't. Some men are they're fine to be in one.
Some men want to smash here and there, but for the most part,
not bothered.
Men are just happy to be by themselves
and have their rotation.
Yeah.
But women, we're not built to be alone. Although you get a lot of women say, "Oh, I'm happy by myself.
Okay.
I'm happy to be single.
Okay.
I'm happy to be."
Some are.
That's fine, but we're not built to be that way. Yeah. We've been given men, to have. You're supposed to have a companion. You're not supposed to be by yourself. So
yeah,
I would say when it comes to cheating, is it the woman's fault? I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10 it is. Yeah. Should you leave your relationship?
That depends on the situation.
It does. And I think you should really weigh that out.
Yeah.
Pros, cons.
So let me ask a question. I put a note here. What is a woman's success? And what I mean by that is, what makes a woman successful? So she's fit, feminine, friendly, peaceful, submissive, all of those things. She's dating a dude, she likes him, but it's about how many dudes want to be with her seriously. Post smash, low body count. So I thought it's not about how much money she makes or what job she's got or what degree she got. It's about her retaining a man after smash. Low body counts, having kids and a family. Although some may disagree, that's my opinion. And I think that's what makes a woman successful.
Mm-hmm.
So a man cheats, you know how, look, if you think about 60, 70 years ago, our grandmothers knew how this thing was set up. Sometimes you'd go to family events and you'd meet siblings that you're like, whoa, I didn't know that. Because those women knew how the game worked. They knew how things were set up. These modern women have so many options, but they're not really options. They're just guys that's just there that just want to smash. And then they mess up their situations. They saw all the signs. Prevention is better than cure. But if men is expendable, I got options. And then they moved on, got their back blown out, and they just kept moving on. And it was like Groundhog Day.
Yep.
That's pretty much what it was. The understanding of the women that came, the generations that came before them, they got how life really worked. They won. They won.
They did.
But I'm just not happy. I don't have nothing more to say. If a man cheats, is it a woman's fault? You can add your last thought.
My last thoughts. I'm gonna leave it there today.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave some things for the Patreon.
Yeah, we're putting that together soon.
Yeah, so I'm finished here. It was a good topic today.
Yeah, we got the conversation started. Great topic. I know we're gonna get some pushback, but whatever. But
your opinion, our
it's
opinion.
all good. But we done a podcast on if the woman cheats, is it the man's fault? Check that podcast out as well. We will link that as well, so you can kind of listen to both of them and kind of see the black and white and also the grey areas. But that was some of my thoughts on it. But yeah, great conversation.
Yep.
I'm S.Banks TV.
And I'm JD Network.
Stay tuned and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
I'm out.